I want to echo the county executive's remarks about Ulster County is definitely open for business. And we have been working very hard with the properties and the accommodations to get the word out to major media outlets that we are open. And we've talked to the New York Times. We're doing a major radio campaign in New York City. And one thing, the county executive said, it is a tough job, but it's a super rewarding job in times like this to see all the businesses from places that have been devastated, like Phoenicia and Mount Tremper, and throughout the county, working so hard and assuring us, yes, we are open, we want people to come to Ulster County, and they've been tremendous in working and making sure that that's happening, because the fall is a huge season, as we all know, in Ulster County. We're delighted that Ulster County Executive Michael Hein initiated and organized Ulster County's first Cultural Heritage Week. In doing so, the county executive is shining a spotlight on the stories and experiences that make this county so unique and attractive to visitors near and far. The week also recognizes the vital economic role cultural heritage plays in the tourism economy. Tourism is a $420 million industry. That's something you usually mention. I got it this time. And 61% of all travelers to our region say that visiting landmarks, icons, historic sites, and state or local parks was the prime reason for their trip. In addition to staying longer and spending more money, cultural tourists are better educated, wealthier, and twice as likely to engage in some form of nearby outdoor recreation activity as the average tourist. This makes them instrumental in helping to maintain economically vibrant communities and main streets throughout the county. We encourage people to come by and get to know our county by visiting the wealth of historic sites we have here in Ulster County. Beginning with the Dutch and continuing to the present, we are alive with art and culture that makes Ulster County a truly unique destination, and we are delighted that the county executive has made it possible for all to experience it. Thank you very much.
Again, Rick touched on this, and before we go on to really our last speaker, I wanted to make sure that we're really clear about this as we drive this point home. When you go to areas like our farms, yes, some of them have had serious hard times, there's no question about that. But there are farm stands that are going to be open, and they would best benefit by people being there. When you go to places like Phoenicia, there are an incredible array of tourism-based businesses that would benefit by people coming and enjoying what they have there. And we are a four-season destination. So yes, we are preparing now for the fall, but we're always preparing for something. We're preparing for the fall. The ski season is going to be here before you know it. And by the way, Bel Air has earned your business. What Bel Air has done as being a member of this community to help out during this hurricane disaster recovery time period has really earned them incredible kudos across the board. So I encourage you to go and enjoy Bel Air, to ski in Ulster County in the wintertime, and then get ready for the springtime, and then the summertime activities, and all the wonderful things that is about being in the Northeast and clearly being in upstate New York. Now, without further ado, I'm going to ask Bob Lusk to speak of the Heritage Folk Music program that we're going to have for fourth graders at Sojourner Truth Park.
Let's see, how do you contradict the county executive, especially when he's being so nice? But I happen to be president of Heritage Folk Music, and I'm going to be playing with a group at the Sojourner Truth Park, but they're separate hats.
See? A lot more editing coming this way, guys.
Several things you said, though, really struck home, and you talked about there being more artists in Ulster County than any place else in the world. There's also more musicians per square foot than any place else in the world. And
well, 50% of the people standing right here are musicians.
Well, I'll get you singing. Come on.
I play a mean triangle.
Okay. You're in. You know, we're situated between Albany and New York, and going back to Native Americans and colonial times and up through all the different, however you define history as peacetime or wartime, there have been so many different influences, people traveling through this area, settling in the mountains, immigrants coming in, building of the reservoir, just huge variety of different languages, different cultures, and different musics. And some of these have been absorbed into a larger melting pot, and others have stayed in separate pockets, like Cajun stew or something, jambalaya. Yeah, we'll get that triangle going for the jambalaya. And so we have all of these different cultural influences, and we don't think of them as being our own. So what Heritage Folk Music does is sponsor concerts of historic regional music, stuff that's part of our history and from our area. We have had concerts about Sojourner Truth, and on the 18th, September 18th, part of this Cultural Heritage Week initiative, we're going to be having a concert by a fellow named Jeff Kaufman, who is from the Catskill Mountains and has spent a large part of his time sailing on the Hudson River. And he's going to be doing both songs from both areas, but he's going to be doing songs from the flooded areas up in the mountains and historic regional songs that have been collected in that area. And then in November, we're actually going to be having a benefit for the flood victims. Next Wednesday, I believe it is, at Sojourner Truth Park, Ann Gordon, the Ulster County historian, has organized a group of historic music based around Sojourner Truth, and a group that I'm a part of, Veterans in a New Field, which is a post-Civil War music group, which is the time period that Sojourner Truth lived in. So we're going to be doing songs that she either wrote or we know she sang. And a woman named Evelyn Clark, is very active in Kingston, is also going to be doing a presentation from that time period, and we'll be having some African drumming and a lot of things to entertain the school kids. So I want to thank you very much, and I hope that you come to all of these wonderful events that have been outlined here in the brochure.
Thank you very much. Sure. Wonderful. Again, much more editing. I'd also like to ask everyone to come up and enjoy, and again, in the end, please join us outside. We'd like to take a picture in front of the Senate House. We just think this is a wonderful opportunity to really be able to celebrate really this Heritage Week and really embrace it. But before we do that, I have some letters, some certificates of appreciation for everyone that's been participating in this process that's here with us today. So from the Senate House, our host here today, Tom Kearney, please join me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. From the Ulster County's Clerk's office, this is an easy one, my good friend Nina Postupack. From the Hurley Heritage Society, Pat Lamers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Friends of Milton and Historic Train Station, Cindy Lanzetta. By the way, Cindy does a wonderful job in the entire Marlborough area.
Thanks.
She does, very involved. This is wonderful. From the Bird Cliffs Art Colony, Luann Bilawa. Did I get that right? How good was that? Thank you. again, from Heritage Folk Music, Bob Lux. This time you don't have to sing. I'm still playing the triangle, though.
Good.
I will tell you, those are the kinds of events, by the way, that are inspirational. There'll be fourth graders there. I now have a seventh grader. He really started playing music after hearing a live concert and said, "Isn't that cool?" You know, and now I have piano music plays in my house on a regular basis, and it's unbelievable that it's my 12-year-old. From Saugerties Historic Preservation Commission, Josh Randall. And from Empire State Railway Museum, Dakin Morehouse and Doris Morehouse, am I correct?
Yep.
Here you go. Thank you very much. And this is the simplest one of all. From the Rear Bakery, by the way, if you haven't been there, I highly recommend that you make an opportunity to go there. It's down in the historic Rondout district. Be able to take a look at really, it's a snapshot of what life was like in a time period, you know, that again, it's our grandparents or our great grandparents' time frame. And it is a magnificent place to really see the Rear Bakery. Here we go. So we have
Lou wants to come on.
Lou, you know what? Lou's still looking for the knish.
For who?
How are you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I hope what comes of this week is really a reawakening and a celebration of cultural heritage in Ulster County, and understanding that we have a very special place, and that we are stewards of this very special place with incredible history, with wonderful arts communities, with really something very special. And if we embrace that and understand that, we can help, again, convey that message to so many other people and have them come and enjoy all the special things that are Ulster County. Because like I said from the beginning, that is the thing that, especially on the heels of Hurricane Irene, which really has highlighted this, that is so important. The thing that people can do the best is literally come here and enjoy all that Ulster County has to offer. Thank you very much.